wish you a very warm welcome to PODAR-ORT International Schools, Any Dream Will Do. It's based on the timeless musical, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. We are very excited to start the show, but before we continue, I would like to invite our esteemed guest, Mr. Ferdinand Bunyan, Principal of Christ Church School, as well as our Principal, Mr. Kaiser Dupeshi, to the stage for the lighting of the lamp. Nice to meet you.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Good evening, parents, teachers, students. I think it's very exciting to begin this show. Before that, we would like to felicitate our esteemed guest. He's an educationist par excellence, been coming from having worked in Darjeeling schools and then in Pune in Bishop School and now in Christ Church, which has now turned into an IB school too. Well, they're hoping to go on to that line. So thank you, Mr. Bunyan, for coming in, and we'd just like to felicitate you for being in this moment. Thank you. Wait, you can give it back. You can say a few words now at the end.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and staff, proud parents. Good evening to Kaiser. I was honored, surprised, and towards the end of my journey, a little embarrassed because I held up the show. My sincere apologies for being late. Being here, being in the midst of children who are performing is always amazing, and I'm sure it's going to transport me back to those days. Actually speaking, when I first joined St. Joseph's in Darjeeling many, many years ago, must have been 1981, they did put up, or we did put up at that time, Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. All the best, looking forward to it. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
We'll be having amongst us also Mr. Sudhakar Vinayak, who's the IB Development Manager. Bombay is rather unkind when it comes to traffic. So he's a bit stuck somewhere. He'll be joining us soon, but I'm beginning the play and he can join in, and towards the end we will perhaps greet him while he's here. So back to you, Emily.
Thank you. Okay, we know that you will have just as much fun watching the show as we have had in preparing for it, but before we continue, please make sure that your mobile phones are switched to silent. Please also be aware that food and drinks are not allowed in the auditorium, and once the performance starts, you won't be allowed to exit. Okay, so now one more thing to say. Let the show begin.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. Hold fast to dreams, for they could tell more than imagination could tell you so. Hold fast to dreams like a coat in the cold, for it could be worth more than silver and gold. When you dream, dream big. When you dream big. When you dream big.
In the sky, I wonder what's happening up so high. Outer spaces I want to see, an astronaut as I dream to be. Too many fishes for your teeth. If you use them, you can't eat. If you can't eat, you won't stay healthy. I will be a smart and healthy. When I grow up, I'm gonna be in charge of India's safety. I'll fight fire with my team. To ride in a fire engine is my dream. I like clothes and shoes and all. So when I grow up, I'll be a designer like my mom. I learned to make many kinds of clothes, especially those with ribbons and bows. I dream of having my own shop where I can sell candies and lollipops. It will be the biggest and the best, a special shop unlike the rest.
I love to play with my bat and ball. I practice in the kitchen and the hall. I dream of playing international cricket. I know I'll be on a very good wicket.
I love building big and strong. I can stay them big all day long. So when I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest builder in history.
I want to be a famous writer and use my words to make us brighter. You will read my books and say, wow, I start writing when I learn how.
My mom used to cook, you know, she even a cooking show. That's why I did it. Never me. I'll be like a mother child. My mom loves to cook, you know. She even has her own cooking show. That's why our kitchen is a mess. I will be like her master chef. You say God, my mind says wow. That is what I want to do anyhow. Right first class in races, but after I learned to tie my shoelaces. If you have a problem, come to me, a famous lawyer. I'm going to be solving problems one by one, making money and having fun. My teacher calls me pet. I think she's really the best. When I grow up, I'll be like her, the world's smartest teacher. I hear our earth is turning hotter and we have less drinking water. We need to stop this problem now. So I am going to study to know how. I hear the daddies and the mommies have something called worries. They say much has to be done, so I want to help like a Superman. Some dreams of wonders they'll do before their time on this planet is through. Just have anything land, they hide the house in the sand. We don't say who is wrong or who is right, but by chance we are here for the night. So we can use the sorrows too to tell a dreamer that dreamer can be you or you or you. Yes, we all dream a lot. Some are lucky, some are not. But if you think it, want it, dream it. Then every year, you are what you feel. You are what you feel. Some things can have the story, some things can bring it. But all that we say can be told another way.
In a story of a boy, his dream came true. And that boy can be you or you. So what you felt, and you will see more. Open your heart and your friend girl. Bring in your dreams and join us in the song. Anything will do, but you must clap along. Come on, let's sing the Dreamer song.
Dream of everything.
the story of a long, long ago. But a lad named Joseph, who, in short, you guessed right, was called Joe.
Now, by the way, Joe had 11 brothers. Yes, you heard right. Great, isn't it? What fun, no sisters.
Oh!
But the brothers had wives.
No!
In any case, the costumes, the headgear, and the makeup disguise, and soon the brothers of Joe, they will come alive. So will some of their wives.
And now we will need one more character. Can't start the show without the father.
Jacob, now as you know, your wife is no more. Don't cry now, that was a long time ago.
Oh, another thing, before we begin, some parts of the story you'll hear us sing. Listen carefully, or you may miss the notes and the cleverly constructed prose.
Now, the story that follows isn't just about the guy called Joe, but about dreams, schemes, crooks, and kings.
And of course, his unique multicolored coat.
Now that this is safely wrapped in you, give a name to the show.
So let's strike the cymbal.
And crash the drums.
We are ready to shake, rattle, and
roll.
Way, way back, many centuries ago, not long after the Bible began, Jacob lived in the land of Canaan, a fine example of a family man. Depending on farming to earn their keep, spent all of his days in the field with sheep. Jacob was the founder of a whole new nation. Thanks to the number of children he had, he was also known as Israel, but most of his time, his sons and his wives used to call him Dad. Men of the soil, of the sheep and crook. A remarkable family in anyone's book.
But Mr. Jacob, why were you so famous in your time? I don't know.
Perhaps because of the number of sons, a dozen is a lot.
I don't know.
Isn't that unusual?
I don't know.
Isn't there something that you know?
I don't know.
Oh no, this guy is a fraud.
No, silly, he's just acting.
Is that so, Mr. Jacob?
I don't know. All right. Let's cut all this chatter now.
And get to the main question, shall we? And that's just this.
Why was Joseph the favorite? I don't. That question is always thrown at me. Oh no, this guy's been accused of favoritism. Just you do have a good answer. Because the nation wants to know. Joseph was different from the rest.
Different? In what way?
Well, he was a thinker. He was always asking questions.
Oh, how nice. An inquirer.
He wanted to learn all the time. He learned to read.
Oh, that's what made him so special. Also, his mother. She was my favorite wife.
Oh, so that's real secret.
Well, Joseph was my joy because he reminded me of her.
Ah.
Jacob wanted to show the world he loved the sun. To make it clear, Joseph was the special one. So Jacob bought his son a coat, a multicolored coat to wear. Joseph's coat was elegant and uptight. It was sky was the ultimate good. This is right. It was the eye. A king was tall and sad. And when Joseph tried it on, he knew his sheepskin days were gone. Such a dazzling coat of many colors. How he loved this coat of many colors. In a class above the rest, it even went well with his vest. Such a stunning coat of many colors. How he loved this coat of many colors. It was red and yellow and green and brown and blue. Joseph's brothers wondered pleased with what they saw. We have never liked to hold the buses. Now this coat has gone our nose. We feel like things are fair. And when Joseph praised the sea, his brothers turned a shade of green. His astounding clothing took the biscuit, quite the smoothest person in the district. I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art. Such a dazzling coat of many colors. How I love my coat of many colors. It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and violet and violet and I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art. Such a dazzling coat of many colors. How I love my coat of many colors. Orange and red, yellow, green, brown, scarlet, black, ochre, peach, ruby and olive and violet and more. Gray and purple and white and pink and orange and blue.
So it was you who made Joe's coat, right?
Nope, not at all. I am the designer.
Oh, they had designers too?
I make what he designs.
What would the world do without designers?
Well, I don't have an answer to that.
So, you guys made coats for a long time?
Well, we are into clothing for many generations.
A fashion house for all types of clothing.
So, what did Jacob say when he came to you?
Jacob said,
hello, I need a coat. Yeah, okay, but did he know what he wanted?
the best, he said. Give me the best. So
We asked him the color, and he wasn't very sure.
What about the theme?
He said it must be bright and beautiful. He asked about all the rainbow colors.
He wanted the colors of the whole world. Give me all the colors that you have, he said. He said, I want it to represent unity. It must represent skin colors of all people.
The coat must look like it has the flags of all countries.
It must be like nothing ever seen, he said. And thus,
The multicolored coat was born.
you really did a great job.
It is very meaningful,
Innovative and very creative.
Thank you.
I dreamed that in the fields one day the corn gave me a sign. Your 11 sheaves of corn all turned in bow to mine. My sheaf was white and sight to see, a golden sheaf and tall. Yours were green and second rate and really rather small. I dreamed I saw 11 stars, the sun, the moon and sky. Bowing down before my star, it made me wonder why. Could it be that I was born for higher things than you? A post in someone's government, a ministry or two.
Far from home, the brothers planned the repulsive crime. They quickly grabbed him, bound him and gagged him, tore his coat and flung him into a deep and dark pit.
They left him in there all alone. They knew for sure he was going to die.
But to their father Jacob, they would have to lie.
Then some Ishmaelites, the trading group, came riding by. In a flash, the brothers changed their plan. For some cash, they quickly sold a man.
In a flash, the dirty deal was done. Silver coins for Jacob's favorite son.
Then the Ishmaelites galloped off with the slave in tow, off to Egypt, where Joseph was not keen to go.
It wouldn't be a picnic, he could tell. And Joe didn't speak Egyptian very well. Oh, brothers, how low could you stoop? You make a sordid group. How low could you stoop?
Then the brothers tore his precious multicolored coat. Having whipped it up, they next attacked a passing goat.
Soon the wretched creature was no more. They dipped his coat in blood, guts, and gore.
Poor, poor Joseph, sold to be a slave.
Situation's grave.
Sold to be a slave.
Oh dear brothers, what you gonna do?
Jacob's going to know too.
So what you gonna do?
Something to tell you, a story of our time, a tragic but inspiring tale of manhood in its prime. You know you had a dozen sons, well now that's not quite true, but feel no sorrow, do not grieve, he would not want you to. You see, there's one more angel in heaven, there's one more star in the sky. Joseph will never forget you. It's not what we're gonna get by. There's one less place at our table. There's one more tear in my eye. But Joseph, the things that you stood for, like love and peace, never die. When I think of his last great battle, a lump comes to my throat. It takes a man who knows no fear to wrestle with a goat. His blood-stained coat is tribute to his final sacrifice. His body may be past its peak, but his soul's in paradise. So long, little Joe. Adios, buckaroo. 10-4, good buddy.
There's one less place at our table. There's one more tear in my eye.
But Joseph, the things that you stood for, like truth and light, never die. Our his name with pride and courage.
Let no tear be shed.
If he had gone down, oh darn it, we all would now be dead.
one more angel in heaven. There's one more star in the sky. Father, the things that he stood for, like democracy, never.
Joseph was taken to Egypt in chains and sold, where he was bought by a captain named Potiphar. Potiphar had very few cares. He was one of Egypt's millionaires, having made a fortune buying shares in boomers. Potiphar had made a huge pile, owned a large percentage of the Nile.
Meant that I could really live in style.
And he did.
Oh, I did.
Joseph was an unimportant slave who found he liked his master. Consequently, worked much harder, even with devotion. It seemed that Joseph was a friend of family, as he made him leader of his household master. Potiphar was cool and so fine,
But my wife never chose the line.
it's all there in chapter 39 of Genesis. She was beautiful but evil, saw a lot of men against his will. He could have to tell her that she still was his.
You're mine.
Joseph has been thrown into jail. What? What happened? What happened? Why did this happen?
Mrs. Potiphar!
That evil woman tried some tricks on him too?
Yes, she got him into trouble.
So what's the real story?
Potiphar caught her doing something really wrong.
Oh, that crooked woman. And to get out of trouble, she blamed poor Joseph.
And Joseph just kept quiet.
Well, Joseph tried to explain to Potiphar, but Potiphar just wouldn't believe him.
It's funny. Potiphar had trusted him as his right-hand man.
Yes, that's what worried Potiphar the most.
You mean he now doubts Joseph's integrity? How fickle can he be?
Poor Joseph. Any news on how long he will be in jail?
If I know Potiphar, it will be a very long time.
He is a very influential man with plenty of connections.
But Joseph has connections too.
What do you mean?
Knowing Joseph, I'm sure he will get out of this very quickly.
Do you mean he will escape?
Escape is a wrong word.
Right. He must be thinking, meditating, and most of all, praying. He believes all that happens for the best.
Funny guy, Joseph.
He converts everything into a prayer for the future.
Yeah, and he is always reflecting about what happened.
I have hardly known him, but he has been inspirational.
I will miss him.
We will all miss him.
Close every door to me, hide all the world from me, bar all the windows and shut out the light. Do what you want with me, hate me and lie.
answers lie far from this world. Close every door to keep those I love from me. Children of Israel are never alone, for I know I shall find my own peace of mind, for I have been promised a land of my own. Just give me a number instead of my name. Forget all about me and let me decay. I do not matter. I'm only one person. Destroy me completely, then throw me away. If my life were important, I would ask, will I live or die? But I know the answers lie far from this world. For we know we shall find our own peace of mind, for we have been promised
A prison is designed for vengeance. A prison is designed to harm. A space to entrap the body. A device to entrap the mind.
Dark, desolate, desperate, a dreadful den of dread and distress.
But for you, it was an opportunity. Everything happens for a purpose.
You found peace where there was chaos. You found hope where others saw despair. You found opportunity where there was none.
You spoke of a land that promised much more. You spoke of a land of which little was known.
A promised land where all would be well.
In that land you will spend the rest of your life. A land of peace, of hope and harmony. A land of justice and equal opportunity.
This land was a land of tomorrow. You believe that each should make his own.
You long for your father and home. Family and home. You long for your father known as Israel. You long for your... You long to hug him and say, Dad.
You thought of your brothers and how they conspired.
But believed the universe knew much better and more.
You believed all evil would soon be good.
You could feel the power of hope flow through. Yes, prison was meant to be vengeance. And prison was meant to inflict harm.
But self-belief could change all that.
For miracles to happen.
When you want it from the heart.
Where is Tanay?
Today will be 2 years when Joseph first came to us. Today, he anxiously awaits the verdict of his life.
While a response to your appeal for freedom is awaited, we promise, whatever the outcome, you'll always be an important part of our lives.
As we wait, we share our thoughts, our prayers, and we say, may God always be with you.
Time rolls by, as time always will. How we have grown, tired, weak, with very little left to believe in.
Our lives are limited to these walls that blind. Our thoughts lost in the echo of time. But you, Joseph, continue to dream.
And one can't help but wonder, why? When your earlier dreams ended in nothing at all, why do you continue to see more when we see none?
You dreamed of being the tallest and the brightest, and that cost you your freedom and nearly took your life. And that in turn brought you to Potiphar's dark Egyptian prison.
Did you interpret right? One continues to ask. After all, so much has gone wrong till this point in your life.
Yet everywhere you turn, you continue to see hope and joy. And we stare in wonder at the emptiness inside.
You continue to fill our emptiness with inexplicable wonder. Every one of us here was moved by that.
Even the chief jailer saw something in you that he couldn't describe when he asked you to take charge of this prison. A prisoner in charge of a prison? Imagine that.
So we pray as we all wait that your mercy plea be granted, and may you return to live your promised life.
May you once again wear your coat of dreams, and may you find peace in the promised land.
You all know that a stay in this dark place is endless. But then Joseph, you were special. You could read and write, yet even you couldn't find a way out of this muddle.
What a shame.
What a curse.
God bless our hopeless lives. God bless our hopeless lives.
Joseph's love was really out, his spirit and his fortune low. Alone he sat, alone he thought of happy times he used to know.
Hey, dreamer, don't be so upset. Hey, Joseph, you're not beaten yet.
Joseph, you know what they say. Hang on now, Joseph, you'll make it someday. Don't give up, Joseph, fight till you drop. We read the book and keep on out on
Now into Joseph's prison cell were flung two very frightened men.
We don't think we will ever see the light of day again. Hey, Joseph, help us if you can. We've had dreams that we don't understand.
Both members servants are far of the king. Both in the doghouse for doing their thing. One was a baker, a cook in his prime. One was a butler, the chief of his time.
Tell me of your dreams, my friends, and I will tell you what they show. Though I cannot guarantee to get it right, I'll have a go.
First the butler trembling took the floor. Nervously he spoke of what he saw.
There I was standing in front of the vine. I took some grapes and I crushed them too wide. answer to Pharaoh, who drank from my cup. I tried to interpret, but had to give up. You will soon be free, my friend, so do not worry anymore. The king will let you out of here. You'll battle as you did before.
Catch the baker goes to tell his dream, hoping it would have a similar theme. There was standing with baskets of bread, high in the sky as the birds overhead, who flew to my basket and ate every slice, gave me the message like his would be none.
Sad to say, your dream is not the kind of dream I'd like to get. Pharaoh has it in for you, your execution date is set. Don't rely on all I said I saw. It's just that I have not been wrong before.
Joe seemed to be ahead of time, but unfortunately, he was fixed with a dreadful crime. And for that, he'd forever have to stay in jail. For at that time, there wasn't a concept called bail.
And even though he had close friends as guards, a lifetime prison seemed quite sure on the cards.
Because Potiphar had incredible money and plenty clout to keep Joe in prison until his blood and breath ran out.
Besides, this ancient Egyptian system of rule and law could be bent, swayed, turned, and twisted somehow.
So the passage looked long, dark, and extremely grim. Any chance of liberty was distant and much too slim. And ancient Egypt was ruled by the great kings, the pharaohs they were, who did incredible things. So, if you needed to make some wrong, right? You'd better know Pharaoh, or else go fly a kite.
And Joe was merely an unimportant slave in jail. Nobody would buy him, even at a clearance sale.
But if Joe's analysis of the person is right, at the end of every tunnel, there had to be some light.
So a man who could interpret dreams could go far, could be an incredible, indispensable star.
So and all the local media channels covered a story about Joseph, the dream wizard. And this is where Joe's story begins to turn from an Egyptian jail to a pharaoh one.
Pharaoh
was Egypt with a capital E. Whatever he did, he was showered with praise. If he cracked a joke, then you chuckled for days. No one had rights or a vote but the king. In fact, you might say he was a fairly right wing. Pharaohs around, then you get down on the ground. If you ever find yourself near Ramesses, get down on your down at the other end of the scale. Joseph still doing time in jail, and even though he's in the card, a lifetime in prison seems quite on the card. But if my analysis of position is right, at the end of the tunnel there's a glimmer of light. For all of a sudden indescribable things have shattered the sleep of both peasants and kings. Strange as it seems, there's been a lot of crazy dreams, and a man who can interpret could go far, could become a star, could be famous, could be a big success, could be famous, could be a big success. Strange as it seems, there's been a lot of crazy dreams, and a man who can encourage could go far, could become a star, could be famous, could be a big success, could be famous, could be a big success. Strange as it seems, there's been a lot of crazy dreams, and a man who can interpret could go far, could become a star, could be a big success, could be famous.
Hey, guess what? No, thank you. Not another one of your riddles.
This one's not a riddle at all.
It's what we call some breaking news. Oh, I love breaking news. So get on with it. Break it to us. This morning, the Pharaoh is in an extremely foul mood. And you consider that to be breaking news? No. When we mean foul, I mean ground foul. Oh, ground foul. That's different.
So, what could it be this time? Another pyramid collapse?
A pyramid collapse wouldn't get him into this kind of a mood.
Oh, then it must be an indigestion of those imported dates.
Well, he did have an uneasy night. Can't deny that.
I'm sure it was those imported dates. They make the stomach do weird things.
None of that. None of that. Let me guess. He must have slept the wrong direction. No, he had an incredible dream. A dream kept him from sleeping? More than that, it's given him a fever. Never heard of a dream giving you a fever? You know how he attaches significance to his dreams. So, why doesn't he talk to one of his counselors?
He has, but no one seems to give him a proper explanation.
And I suppose that worries him even more.
I don't know if they're coincidence, but...
What?
I just got out of jail.
Okay, we are getting out of here, but breathing is extremely rare.
Don't see any connection, do you?
Nope, none at all.
Wait, let me explain. In there I met that guy called Joseph who predicted it.
Predicted what?
That I'll be set free.
So, what's so significant about that? Well, the prediction was based on a dream that he had. You mean he interpreted it, right?
Exactly.
Oh, now I see the connection. So Pharaoh must hear about this.
He better hear about this or else we will all have a bad day. Guys, wait for me. Where's my
you tell me what it means? Now you know that kings ain't stupid, but I don't have a clue. Don't you be fooled yourself. Help me now, beg of you. I was standing doing nothing in a field out of town, and when I saw 7 beautiful ears of corn, they were ripe, they were golden, but you guessed it right behind them. There were 7 other ears that were tattered and torn. And then the back one ate the good corn, and they came from behind. Yes, they did. Joseph, here's the punchline. It's really gonna blow your mind. This is gonna flip your lid, because the back one was as bad as he had ever been. This dream has got me all shook up between us. Tell me what it means.
7 years of bumper crops are on their way.
Cool!
Years of plenty, endless wheat and tons of food. Your farms will bloom, there won't be room to store the surplus food you grow. After that, the future doesn't look so bright. Seeds of luck will change to billion. The famine time will stop me there with food and all-time love. Noble king, there is no doubt what your dreams are all about. All these things you saw in your pajamas are a long-range forecast for your farmers. And I'm sure it's crossed your mind what it is you have to find. Find the man to lead you to the family with a flair for economic planning. But who this man could be, I just don't know. Who this man could be, I just don't know. Who this man could be, I just don't know. Who this man could be, I just don't know. Who this man could be, I just don't know.
In an extraordinary happening, the Pharaoh's office confirmed that the criminal, yes, you heard right, a man who has been in jail for the past 2 years, has been appointed to the highest office of the land. This little known man will be now known as the right hand of Pharaoh. In other words, he'll be second in command. And what did this person do? He just interpreted the Pharaoh's dream. The palace reported that the Pharaoh is extremely worried about his weird dreams. We learned that this man, also known as Joe, is a dream expert. Our research also shows he's a compulsive dreamer and a dream analyst. One wonders, what next? One is forced to answer tough questions. Can such a man who is a dreamer be appointed to the economic advisor of the country? The nation wants to know. Who would have thought that the 14 cows appearing in a dream could mean so much? 7 fat cows and 7 thin cows is what the Pharaoh saw in his dreams.
The man called Joseph predicts that Egypt will have a severe drought.
He predicts that a drought will hit Egypt after the current 7 years of plenty.
The Pharaoh was extremely delighted and Joseph has been granted a royal pardon. He has also been given a trident of gold, a cloak, a medal and some signet rings. Superstition, pain, belief in dreams or some scientific studies can't tell just yet. What a journey it has been. Slave and now the deputy to the Pharaoh. Nile News SMC. This is Pyramid News. He and an Egyptian news network. Great Sphinx Television.
And so, the 7 summers were perfect, just as Joseph said. Joseph saw the food was gathered, ready for the years ahead.
7 years of famine followed.
Egypt didn't mind a bit. The first recorded ration in history was a hit.
This could be a happy ending. Perfect place to stop the show. Joseph, after all, has gone about as far as he can go.
But I'm sure that Jacob and the others have crossed their mind.
The
family Joseph left behind.
The summers were endlessly gold. The fields were a patchwork of clover. All over. The winters were never too cold. We strolled on the boulevard together.
Joie de vivre anywhere. Et maintenant, we drink a bitter wine. Those Canaan days we used to know, where have they gone? Where did they go? Eh bien, raise your mermaids to those Canaan days. Do you remember wonderful party, the splendor of Canaan's cuisine, our extravagant, elegant soirees, the gayest the Bible has seen. It's funny, but since we lost Joseph, we've gone to the other extreme. No one comes to dinner now. We'd only eat them anyhow. I even find I'm missing Joseph's dreams. Those Canaan days we used to know, where have they gone? Where did they go? Eh bien, raise your mermaids to those Canaan days. It's funny, but since we lost Joseph, we've gone to the other extreme. Perhaps we all misjudged the lad. Perhaps he wasn't quite that bad. And how we miss his entertaining hum 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 dreams. Those Canaan days we used to know, where have they gone? Where did they go? Eh bien, raise your mermaids to those Canaan
brother Benjamin for being a robber.
The brothers rushed and fell on their knees. They begged for mercy with countless pleas.
Singing in the sea, this is quite a fun.
Oh yes, it's true. Benjamin is stricter than the big bamboo. No ifs, no buts. Benjamin is honest as coconuts.
So the sky was the golden sand. Benjamin is an innocent man. So the bananas need the sun. We are the criminal guilty ones. We are the criminal guilty ones.
Oh no, not me. How you can accuse him is a mystery. Save him, take me. Benjamin is stricter than the palm tree. La 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 la
And then Joseph stepped forward and said,
I see that you are now better men.
And then
He continued,
I see that you're looking after your youngest brother.
And then
the brothers were very confused.
how did you know the youngest?
And then
Joseph added,
can't you recognize my face?
The brothers just gaped at each other in confusion, then stared at Joseph's face. They tried to put a name to it. And then
Joseph added,
is it hard to see?
now one could see that they were getting very, very nervous. They began to feel that they were under attack. And then
Joseph said,
The one he thought was dead. Joseph, it's me. My brothers froze. They looked like statues.
our faces turned white.
It was as if we had just seen a ghost.
And then
We didn't know how to react anymore.
then cautiously
Step forward.
But the guards made their move. And then
The brothers stopped the guards and circled them.
Then the guards raised their spears.
We knew that we would be arrested.
And then
I raised my arms and the guards moved back.
Suddenly, we brothers rushed towards Joseph, and it was the most beautiful sight. We held on to him tight.
it was as if Joseph was wearing a coat.
A coat of many colors.
It brought tears to the eyes of the guards too. And then Joseph said,
Thank you for bringing my coat back to me.
The brothers were puzzled once again. This time, the coat he was referring to was the brothers' love. Of course, we all knew
that the actual coat
was with our father,
Jacob. And then
Joseph has sent the royal guards to fetch Jacob and the coat. I think
Joseph should have dumped all his brothers into prison.
That would have been a life learning experience.
How could he have done such a terrible thing?
But I still dream of a different kind of a world held together like the coat of many colors.
His coat of dreams!
tough, but we're gonna get by. There's one more angel in heaven. There's one more star in the sky. Joseph, the victim, two-stepper. Like truth and light never die.
Right. Hello. Yes, after that much excitement, I hope you liked it. Okay, thank you. All right. What we're going to do right now is the students are going back and they'll be getting their stuff, etc. And then they will be coming here, and then grade-wise you'll pick them up in order to avoid any confusion, right? Meanwhile, what we are going to do is, firstly, I'd like to give a little vote of thanks. If you don't mind, if you can give me that, that makes my life easy. Okay? Right. So, before I start, I think it's very appropriate to thank people. And before I do that, our chief guest arrived a little late, but he was very much there for most of the show. So I would just like to call Mr. Sudhakar Vinayak up here on the stage. Please come up. Thank you for being with us. Thank you. Flowers. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's yours. And that's a little bit of yours. Do you want to say something quickly? Or should I just take all this? You keep it on his table there. I've known him for many years. He has had a vast experience which is put out over here, so you can come this side. Okay. Yes. Go on.
Thank you very much for inviting me, sir, this evening. It's a real pleasure to be here. Kaiser and I go back many years ahead, and I'm so glad to see this performance. The parents look so really happy, and the kids were really excited, and this is what we want to see in a school. The International Baccalaureate is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and actually this day is the 50th year for the International Baccalaureate. We started in the year 68, so 1968 to 2018. You have selected a very good day for your annual day as well. So many congratulations to all of you. I would also like to see the same sort of enthusiasm during the report card days when you're coming to the school to pick up the grades, and you need to celebrate whatever work your child has done. And the fact that any dream will do is a fantastic theme for you to have. I liked Jacob a lot, especially his very white beard and the moves that he did. So many congratulations to all of you. And I hope to be back again very soon. And many thanks to all the coordinators, the DP coordinator, the MYP, the primary years coordinator, and the primary years C coordinator. All right, wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Right. Firstly, my sincerest thanks to all the coordinators to have kind of unified this collective effort. You know what it takes to bring the whole school together. And I think that's the school spirit which we talk about. And I think it's really, really wonderful that people could come together and portray that tapestry where all the different colors are weaved in. The story had a message. And to bring that message out, well, we had the production, drama, music, dance, technical, IT teams, which brought the play alive. And what I'm going to do is, first and foremost, I will call upon our guys first, and then the parents part of it I'll highlight. So, from the production side, right, are you ready? Production side, what I'd like to do is call Mehzad, Deepa, and Ashwin if he's around. Mehzad, Deepa, and Ashwin. Please come up here first. They collectively represent the PODAR-ORT international efforts, teachers. This is representative of the teachers. Come. So here we go, Mehzad. Here, your team here, and Ashwin. So that was choir, that was drama, that was dance. The 3Ds. Right? And behind it all were the teachers. Believe me, the homeroom teachers played a big role, right, in all this and the back production. So thank you very much. Thank you so much thank you staff for all what you do. And of course the support staff, which is the backbone of the production. The students, you can never forget, it's them who bring things to alive. When you go back, think of Joseph and his multicolored Technicolor coat, which represents the world in general. It represents the thought of, oneness and bringing people together, peace, harmony in a world of strife. And last but not least, the parents and the well-wishers. All the stuff which you did, the costumes, we sent a message out, and what beautiful costumes came up. Thank you so much, and for all your sustained effort at the back. So, to represent you, there are two people I kind of thought. One, of course, is Pooja Shankar, who at the back was helping us. Can Pooja, if you're anywhere around? Yeah, please come up. Pooja. Right? She represents you all.
What a wonderful lot I represent. The best.
Okay, thank you. All right. Then we have another parent who we called upon, and I thought that this being a little family affair, all of us, family affair, so I thought I must pick somebody from you which represents creativity. So I've called upon Mr. Shinde, right? Yes. And can we have Mr. Shinde up there? And can we have Mr. Shinde come up here? Yes, thank you very much. There goes a toast to the creativity. Thank you very much, Mr. Shinde. That's something for you. For the creative spirit and verve. He is an actor, producer, director, so it's obviously we would like him to say something encouraging, positive for the growth of all of us, right? Thank you.
Thank you, it's an honor. Firstly, I think all of us parents should clap and be proud. What amazing, talented children we have here. At their age, I had no guts to go on stage, even to collect a consolation prize. To see these people, in fact, I was just talking to Madam, to see these people say dialogues to the audience, coordinate with the projector images, mic coordination, sing, dance, perform on stage. I had done a similar play sometime back, 2010. We just had 70-75 people. It took me 6 months, out of which 4.5 months I was making professional actors just remember with their cue sheets which sequence comes after which. Then followed the dances, then followed the acting and everything. So to do this in 3 weeks during school hours, plus and a special mention I would like to do to the student Mariam from grade 3. In the light sequence, she was the only one who had the light prop and the light was not on. She still performed, she still did her bit in the audience. She was putting the same effort, same energy. I tried to ask her name and she shoved me off. And she still continued the dance. Trust me, if you tell a professional actor his prop is not working, he won't go on stage. Thank you very much.
Now, can we have the house lights on, please? Yeah. All right, so that's what we end now. Thank you very much for all the support you have given. I'm sure we've taken a lot of your time, but I hope you appreciate that this collective effort is not possible without you. So I would honestly, with my heart, sincerely would like you to applause for yourselves. Could you do that? Okay. All right. I'm sure it could be a little harder. That's better. Okay. You know, clapping is good. It's acupressure. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. And I think we can start dispersing the kids off. Okay? So, how do we begin? Are they coming here or are they going out? Are they meeting them outside? You want the whole lot to go outside? Shriya, is that the story? They're going outside? So how would you go grade-wise, right? So come up. This is not my job. Okay. Thank you again for coming in and being patient. Thank you again.
Watch this
Oh yes. Oh yes. We got behind the scenes. Sorry, I forgot. So watch this.
others saw despair and found opportunity where there was none.
Everyone's lights are ready, the sound is ready, the stage is ready, and all the people look ready, excited for this. We're not please just have fun. There's a lot of effort, a lot of hard work. We've done their sound today, dialogue today, dance. All the teachers are ready, everyone's ready. We're looking forward to a great show. Hope you guys enjoy.
This new stuff, we expect you to be no matter how they are, small, big, but yes, you get it. Lovely to eat the kids, to dance, to the active, to the song of time, and then we all as a women great work together and really work hard. Thank you. You and our family children, they enjoy working, dancing, and first I'm actually delivering dialogue. A lot of fun doing it with kids, a lot of hard work, and I can't wait for the show to start.
Our kids are very superb, they are doing very nice. We hope for the best.
Hi, my coach, we're in PODAR, and as a dance team, and it's really fun teaching them. I hope they do well, and y'all are just taking it so small.
At the same time, it was fun.
Fantastic, beautiful, happy.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाहे